Admiral James stood at the observation deck of the Retribution Earth's newest flagship. The massive vessel represented humanity's answer to decades of ridicule and subjugation. Behind him, a fleet of 10,000 warships waited in formation, each one a testament to humanity's relentless ingenuity. "Status report," he said, his voice steady despite the gravity of what they were about to undertake. "All systems operational, Admiral," replied Lieutenant Reed. "The fleet is ready to jump on your command." James nodded, his eyes fixed on the holographic display showing their target, Centauri Prime, home of the Galactic Council's headquarters. For nearly a century, humans had endured the Council's condescension and exploitation. Today, that would end. In 20,653, when humanity first developed faster-than-light travel, they had been welcomed into the galactic community with seemingly open arms. Earth, still recovering from ecological disasters of the previous millennium, had been eager to join the community of advanced species. The Galactic Council, comprised of the 12 oldest spacefaring races, had offered knowledge, technology, and protection. What they hadn't mentioned were the terms. Within 2 decades, Earth became little more than a resource colony. The Council imposed crushing taxation on human innovations, restricted human expansion to a mere dozen systems, and relegated Earth's representatives to observer status in Council proceedings. The final humiliation came in 20,753, when a massive asteroid threatened one of Earth's most populous colonies on Proxima Centauri. The Council denied emergency assistance, claiming that primitive species must learn natural consequences. 3 million humans died while Council ships observed from orbit, documenting the disaster for their evolutionary archives. On that day, something changed in humanity's collective consciousness. Grief transformed into cold, calculated rage. "We're receiving a transmission from the Council," Lieutenant Reed announced. "Put it through," James ordered. The holographic image of High Counselor Trell appeared, his 6 eyes blinking in their characteristic pattern of disdain. "Human vessel, you have entered restricted space with an unauthorized fleet. Power down immediately or face obliteration." James stepped forward. "High Counselor, I come bearing a message from Earth. For a century, we've endured your exploitation and contempt. We've mined our worlds to exhaustion for your benefit. We've watched our people die while your ships stood by. Today, that arrangement ends." Trell's outer eyes narrowed. "Is this some form of primitive negotiation tactic? Your species has neither the technology nor the authority to challenge Council directives." "This isn't a negotiation," James replied. "This is notification. The Council humiliated Earth for the last time." He cut the transmission. What the Council never understood about humans was their remarkable ability to innovate when backed into a corner. For 50 years after the Proxima Centauri disaster, Earth had maintained a facade of compliance while secretly preparing. In underground facilities across a dozen worlds, human scientists had reverse-engineered and improved upon Council technology. The restrictive quotas on resources had forced engineers to develop extraordinary efficiency. The dismissive treatment at Council meetings had given Earth's diplomats perfect intelligence on Council defenses and weaknesses. Most importantly, while other species developed technology in a linear fashion, humans took unpredictable leaps. The Council's monitoring systems looked for quantitative improvements, bigger engines, stronger shields, but missed humanity's qualitative advancements. "They're scrambling their defense fleet," Reed reported. "As expected," James replied. "Deploy the dampening field." The Retribution released thousands of small probes that quickly surrounded Centauri Prime. When activated, they generated a field that disabled the quantum communication technology all Council races relied upon. The defenders suddenly found themselves isolated, unable to coordinate. "Council ships are attempting to form a blockade," another officer reported. "Initiate jump sequence for the second wave," James ordered. While the Council had been focused on the impressive but conventional-looking fleet before them, 5,000 additional ships emerged from hyperspace on the opposite side of Centauri Prime. These smaller vessels carried humanity's secret weapon, soldiers equipped with specially designed combat suits that allowed them to function in the unique physiology of each Council race's environments. On the Council station, panic erupted. The 12 High Counselors gathered in their emergency chamber, bewildered by how quickly their defenses had collapsed. "How is this possible?" demanded Counselor Mev of the Aldebaran Collective. "Their technology was at least 3 generations behind our standard." High Counselor Trell's voice trembled. "It appears we miscalculated." The doors to the chamber slid open. Admiral James entered, flanked by human soldiers. "High Counselors," he said, his voice echoing in the suddenly silent room. "Earth's representatives will now take their seats at this table." The war was brief but decisive. In just 6 days, humanity captured or disabled every major Council installation across 5 sectors. What the Council had dismissed as a primitive species tantrum proved to be the most efficiently executed military campaign in galactic history. 3 weeks later, representatives from all 12 Council races signed the Treaty of Nuterra. The document recognized full autonomy for human worlds, unrestricted expansion rights in unclaimed sectors, and 5 permanent seats on the newly reformed Galactic Assembly. As the signing ceremony concluded, an elder from the Regellian delegation approached Earth's president. "We do not understand," the elder admitted. "How did your species advance so quickly without detection?" The president smiled. "You humiliated us, thinking it would keep us submissive. But throughout human history, our greatest achievements have always been born from our deepest humiliations. You gave us something more powerful than technology or resources." "What was that?" the elder asked. "Something to prove," the president replied. "Never underestimate a species with something to prove." In the century that followed, humanity would lead the galaxy into an unprecedented era of innovation and cooperation, not through domination as the old council had, but through a philosophy that recognized the unique potential in every species. The humiliation that was meant to constrain humanity had instead unleashed its greatest strength, the ability to transform adversity into advancement. Never again would any race make the mistake of underestimating humans.